Mira, thank you very much, and thank you very much for everybody from NOS to be here today. I hope to be physically back in Amman in Jordan very soon, but I'm happy to have the new technologies that allow us to feel close to each other and to provide you information. In this case, about Ireland and about Trinity College in Dublin, my university. I don't know if many of you have been in Dublin or how familiar you are with Ireland, with Trinity. We talk about Trinity is a university that has been around for 429 years. So we have many prominent people that they have studied in Trinity, like this gentleman with the wig, Jonathan Swift, famous writer, Gulliver's Travels writer from 1682, Oscar Wilde, probably the second most famous writer in English after Shakespeare, was also a Trinity student. We have Ernest Walton, Nobel Prize in Physics, and also professor of Trinity for many years. Samuel Beckett, Nobel Prize for Drama. William Campbell, he also got the Nobel Prize for Medicine, although he studied biological and biomedical science. So if you want to get a Nobel Prize in Medicine, consider other options to get the award. Mary Robinson and Mary McAleese, these two ladies, they have been the two only women to be president of Ireland, and both studied in Trinity. And Mary Robinson was also the High Commissioner for Human Rights in the United Nations. Sally Rooney is a very young lady. I think she only turned 30 recently. And she's extremely famous at the moment as one of the most promising, really reality, of writers in English as well. One of her books, Common Normal People, has been made a show recently. And Jack Leeson, I'm pretty sure that many of you, you're too young, you shouldn't have watched Game of Thrones, but that was a famous actor that was there, but he has decided after his experience in Trinity to follow an academic career. When you choose a university, you're not choosing only a university. You decide a particular type of city, a specific country. So I'm going to tell you a bit about Ireland and Dublin to see if it's a good match for you. Ireland is very well communicated. It's very close to the UK, France, Spain, but you can be in the Middle East almost for a long weekend, and you can go to the US in 7 hours as well. The population of Ireland is small, so we're talking of a country of less than 5 million people. It's a very friendly country. Irish people are very well known for being very welcoming, and I experienced that myself. So I'm from Spain, as you can tell from my accent. I've been there for 16 years, and I was planning to be 6 months. It's the main English-speaking country in the European Union, has a very long tradition in education. It is an example of that. The currency is the euro. We have stay-back visa options, which is the way of show the friendliness of Irish people through the regulations. So basically, if you complete your degree in Ireland, or you can stay automatically for 1 year to look for a job. If you do a master's, you have automatically 2 years to look for a job, which is a really good opportunity nowadays, considering that Ireland has become in the last 25 years what is known as the Silicon Valley of Europe. That means that most of the multinationals in the IT sector, pharmaceutical companies, banking services, they have the headquarters for Europe in Ireland, and also many of them, they have the headquarters for the Middle East as well. So basically, if you study something that you can link to this industry, you study in Trinity, which is the top university in Ireland and one of the best in the world, and you have the stay-back visa option, can be a very sweet and a smooth way to start a successful professional career. Dublin is a very young, friendly European capital with all these multinationals around. It's full of young people from absolutely everywhere. And at the same time, it has always ranked as one of the safest cities in the world and most valued by students. It's a global technological hub. Many of these companies I mentioned, they are actually in Dublin, has a very long tradition in culture, indeed in literature, is very well connected within the whole country as the capital, but also with Europe and the US. And it's a very nice capital, but it's not overwhelming. So even in the capital, you don't have more than 1.5 million people. In the city center, the historical city center, you can walk from one side to another in around 40 minutes. So you have everything you expect in a European capital, but everything at hand and very safely. This is Trinity, and around Trinity, you have many of these companies. So there is a lot of synergy between Trinity and these multinationals, not only because of being the flagship university in the country, but also because of the physical proximity. Trinity is a research-led university, so everything we do has to do with the research, and it's a combination between history, you see our beautiful library on the left, and many modern buildings as well. Is the most international university in Europe and the 8th most international university in the world. And this is reflected in the fact that you have 120 different nationalities on campus. Like you will meet Jordan people, many of them, but also people from absolutely everywhere. 40% of our staff is also from outside of Ireland. And Trinity is not only the top university in Ireland, but always around the top 100 best universities in the world. Recently, 101 in the US. It's extremely innovative and entrepreneurial. We have been ranked the top 1 university in Europe in the last 6 years, every single year, for producing more entrepreneurs than any other university in Europe. And we are really good as well at providing a opportunity for our graduates. It's a comprehensive university, so you can study almost anything you can imagine. And you can do it for a foundation program. So in NOS, if you're doing the Danawiya, the local curriculum, you can come to the Trinity Foundation program, which is the only university in Ireland with our own foundation program. Our degrees, they are 4 years. They have a big focus on research. You have to do a final project in 4th year that is almost like a master level. And you have some professional programs that include, if you want, to do a master directly to qualify as a computer scientist in Europe or an engineer in Europe, for instance. I'm not going to talk about all the programs, but just a couple of samples very quickly. This is the dual degree that we have with Colombia, and it's here because it's the only one that is already open. And you have to apply now because the application process closed very quick. So you do 2 years in Trinity, 2 years in Colombia. You have a dual degree from a top university in Europe and a top university in the US. You have many different options, but you can check with me about those ones so I can tell you a little bit better. In science, multiple options as well. In engineering as well. We have one of the oldest schools of law in the world, and more prestigious. Psychology is a top program as well. And global business, indeed, we say that we are the most entrepreneurial university in Europe. If you like business, that's the place to be. And then work to explore as well all the combinations of different programs that you can start implementing. But when our students come to Trinity, they don't only talk about the academics, which they are obviously superb, but they also talk about all the other things that they can capitalize on their experience in Trinity, like the buildings. This is the Trinity Old Library, which is one of the most beautiful libraries in the world. Actually, the second biggest attraction for tourists in Dublin, almost 300 years old. But the beautiful thing about it is that it's open to every single student to research in these very old books. It's not as old as Petra, but it's very pretty as well and very old. In terms of societies and clubs, we are really good. We have for everybody to join any sport club that you want and any society. In fact, we have the 2 oldest societies in the world, the Phil and the Hist, the 2 oldest debating societies. And they are so prestigious that they bring people like Joe Biden, Martin Scorsese, Channing Tatum, and they come to Trinity only to talk to our students and invited by them. We have partnership with top universities everywhere, so you can go in 3rd year to study abroad, whatever you want. And how do you apply? I will tell you in more detail personally. You can get my emails and now you can have questions. But if you do Tanawiya, basically in Jordan, you need at least 80%. And then you need IELTS, TOEFL, and for some programs a little bit higher. So instead of 5, for most of programs, it can be 6. For IB students and A levels, most of our programs go between 27 and 40 points. And between AAA, 3As, and ABB for A levels. You apply online. The application process for most of programs, not that will reopen the 1st of November and will remain open till the 30th of June with some exceptions. However, we assess applications on a rolling basis. Apply soon and you will get a conditional offer. This is the cost of our fees, between 20 and 27,000 euro, cost of living 50,000 euro per year. And we have some scholarships. Most of them, they are partial, around 20-25% discount on the fees. This is more important. This is my email, because this is just a quick introduction, but I know you're in a very exciting year and very challenging as well. So keep in touch with me anytime. And if you want to register, not to miss a thing about the scholarships when the application process opens, scan our QR and give us a few details so we can be in touch with you for relevant information.
Thank you, Antonio.
Very much. Mira, thank you. I hope I didn't go over time, but if I have any question,
no,
happy
perfect.
to
If anyone is interested or anyone has any question, please, for Mr. Antonio from Trinity University, Ireland, please, you may ask this question now because he has to leave. Any questions? Then, if there's no questions at the moment, I'll be in touch with you, and we wish you all the best. And thank you so much for joining us.
Mira, thanks a lot, and I hope to be
care.
in NOS very, very soon. Look after
Thank you
yourself.
so
Bye
much,
bye. Thank
Antonio.
you.
Bye-bye. Bye. Before we proceed, we have Carla Demerjian from our social media office at the school. I need all the cameras, please, if you may open the cameras so we can take a nice, beautiful photo for our social media. Carla.
Hi.
Hello, Carla.
Yes. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Carla. Bye, Antonio. Take care. Now I'm moving to Southampton. Mr. Rami Musa. Hi, Rami. Rami, unmute yourself.
Okay. Hi, Mira. How are you?
Hi, how are you? Good.
Thank you. Thank you very much for organizing all this. I'm just trying to figure out how to share.
In the bottom of the screen.
Yeah,
Yes,
because I'm using. Can you see this?
Yes, I do.
Okay, brilliant. So thank you, Mira, very much for organizing. Thank you, Antonio, for the presentation. I can see a few colleagues from other universities, which I haven't seen for a long, long time. So hello, everyone. My name is Rami Al Musa. I'm the Country Development Manager for the Middle East and Turkey at the University of Southampton. And I'll be briefly talking about the uni today. So a little bit about our reputation. The University of Southampton is 159 years old as a university and ranked in the top 15 universities in the UK in the recent Complete University Guide 2022. We're also ranked 77th in the world. We're up 13 places from last year, which is an amazing achievement. And we have more than 6,500 international students from 135 countries. So a very international university. And as well, a founding member of the Russell Group universities. Obviously, some colleagues from other universities here today will be talking briefly about the Russell Group universities, but we're part of an elite group of universities focused on research-led activities. The Southampton, I'm glad to say, is one of the greenest cities in the UK, one of the sunniest as well. I mean, I'm currently available in Amman. That's where I'm based. I wouldn't say as sunny as Jordan, but still, being in the south, the weather is pretty good. If you've been to the UK, Southampton, as you can see further down on the map, is an hour and 10 minutes away from London. So pretty much 70 minutes and you'll be in London directly by train. And it has a small airport as well that connects you to 34 European cities. A very vibrant city. There's lots of activities, sports if you're involved in sports, sailing, and as you would expect. I mean, Southampton, being close to London, has what every big city would have. Lots of culture as well at the university, in the city, and there's so many activities for you to get involved. It's always also good for you to explore south of the UK. As Southampton is close to major attractions. Okay, so a little bit about our campuses. Southampton has 6 campuses, and we've added a 7th campus in Malaysia as well. So all these campuses, as you can see, pretty much Southampton is, we pretty much own the city in the sense that we have campuses all over the place. Our Boulder, this is here. Our Highfield campus is our main campus where a majority of our programs are taught. Boulderwood campus, the home of engineering. So engineering, computer science, aerospace, aeronautical, cybersecurity courses are taught. We have a School of Medicine, University of Southampton Teaching Hospital. We have the Waterfront campus, which teaches courses related to oceanography, marine biology, and other courses related to that. Avenue Campus, home of our humanities subjects. We have a campus of Winchester School of Art and Design, anything related to art and design, fashion design, textile design, and as well the Malaysia campus, where students can study 2 years in Malaysia and progress after that 2 years in the UK. Winchester is the home of our Winchester School of Art and Design, as I said, part of the university, and all courses, practical courses related to art and design, fashion, textile, media courses are offered at the Winchester School of Art. Malaysia, 2 years in Malaysia, 2 years in the UK, and we've expanded our portfolio hugely, really. We offer many, many courses. So if that option is a consideration, please do have a look on the website as well. Apart from the academics, life on campus, we support our students by providing them with a virtual environment. You have access to all your files, software, email, university network. We have 5 libraries, 9 gyms, 6 on campus, 3 in the city, and state-of-art buildings, teaching centers as well. And we offer free in-sessional and language support for students who need that. Just going back to Russell Group universities, obviously, when selecting universities, it's important to look at the national reputation, international reputation, and know what type of university you're interested in joining. Southampton is very well known as a university for subjects in engineering, computer science, law, business, psychology. So we pretty much offer a wide variety of courses. And our rankings in 2021 have been, majority of our course rankings have been in the top 15, if not in the top 10. So if you're interested in engineering, computer science, cybersecurity, audiology, there are many, many new subjects that students are looking into, apart from the old engineering, traditional computer science, business degree. So it's definitely worthwhile for you to have a look online and see the specific courses that we offer. These courses are offered in 5 faculties, as you can see, and a wide variety of courses are offered. So medicine, aeronautics, we teach Spanish, archaeology, so many subjects for yourselves to have a look and familiarize yourself with the programs that we offer. Entry requirements. Our entry requirements vary depending whether you're doing A-levels, IB, or you qualify for a foundation. A-levels vary between 3 Bs, an A star, and 2 As, depending on the subject that you're interested in. And our IB grades are between 30 and 38 points, depending on what you're interested in studying. Now, majority of our engineering computer science courses, you may need maths at a higher level. I know that may not be offered in many schools in Jordan, but then we do look into individual cases. So if you have higher grades in other subjects, you may possibly get it. But usually you would have to, if you don't have high level maths, you may need to do a foundation. And I'm glad to say that our foundation now has been taken over by Cambridge Education Group, CEG. So the foundation is run through them with a center on the university campus. So do have a look online as well for the entry requirements. Popular entry requirements for courses that students usually apply for at Southampton from Jordan specifically: business, computer science, economics, engineering subjects as well. So there's lots and lots of options for students. We also offer a year in employment. Obviously, as you may be aware, students now are allowed to stay in the UK for up to 2 years once they graduate, complete their degree. But during the year, during their studies as well, we offer a 1 year in employment. So students can do a 3-year program plus 1 year placement, and that covers many, many subject areas: accounting, engineering, business, and many other disciplines. We're targeted by top graduate employers. Antonio did mention a few of these companies, and obviously we have a virtual fair. Well, this year it was virtual, but usually we have a face-to-face employers graduate fair, where different employers from major companies come and meet students and speak to them about the candidates or the students, employees they're looking for once they graduate. So, and we have a career service center where we put you in direct contact with major companies. We don't guarantee you jobs, but we put you on the right track and help you as much as we can to get into the job market. Other ways of supporting you is by providing accommodation. Southampton has recently started offering accommodation for the full duration of the course. In the past, it used to be 1 year, but now we guarantee that for 3, 4, or 5 years, for how long you're with us. Our accommodations are pretty much 5 to 10 minutes away from the university. You get a free bus pass, and you're connected to every single accommodation. Other ways of support, well, we support sports facilities. I'm sure if you play a sport or you're involved in a sport in one way or another, we have an 8.5 million complex, huge sports. As you said, we have 6 gyms scattered around different campuses, and there's so many activities you can get in. Obviously, Southampton has a huge sporting heritage. We're in the Premier League. I don't support Southampton. I support Manchester United, but still, there's lots of things that you can do in Southampton and get involved as well. So clubs and societies, we have more than 320 clubs and societies. And as you can see on the screen popping up, there's every single club and society you can think of. Even, I think there's belly dancing society, if anyone's interested, coming from the Middle East. But in general terms, we offer lots of clubs and societies, have lots of clubs and societies for students to get involved in. And that is the best way for you to meet people from different cultures and different countries as well. So this list pretty much goes on forever, but there is more information on the Southampton University Student Union website. Connecting with us, obviously, it hasn't been easy to pop into the school, even though the school is pretty much 15 minutes away from where I live here in Amman, but we're connecting with our students virtually, and there's open days every single week. I mean, when I say open days, subject-specific really webinars. But then we do have a virtual open day that happens twice a year, and that information is available online. Other ways to connect with students, we offer pretty similar to many universities, Uni Buddy service, which we connect you with students who are studying the course that you're interested in joining. I assume my time is up. So if you have any questions, do fire away. Alternatively, Mira has my contacts, and she will be happy to forward them onto you. So thank you very much all, and hope you have a lovely day.
Thank you, Rami. Thank you. That was amazing and very informative. And for sure, if anyone, I'm ready to help and to contact you with Mr. Rami anytime. If there is no question for Mr. Rami, Rami, have a good day. Wish you all the best and hope to see you very soon. There's one, it seems one person, Mr. Samir Abu Saada. تفضل. Samir.
Hi.
Hi,
كنت
Samir.
بدي أسأل إنه I'm interested in studying medicine at Southampton University. وشفت there's multiple programs, but as an international student, how much would the tuition be?
The
for
tuition
5 or 6 years?
for the 5-year program, the tuition fees for the first 2 years would be around the mark of £24,000. And after the 2 years, the remaining 3 years will be £42,000 for the clinical element. So obviously, the fact that there's a clinical element is more expensive, but the first 2 years are theory, and the remaining 3 years of the 5-year program would be a clinical placement.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Louise.
Thank you, Samir. And thank you, Rami, again. Hope to see you soon.
A
Take
pleasure.
care.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye. I'm
Bye.
moving to Victoria from Sheffield University. Hi, Victoria.
Hi. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we do hear you.
Excellent. Great. I will just start sharing my screen. So hi, everybody. I'm Victoria. I'm the regional manager at the University of Sheffield for North East, Southern Africa and the Levant region. So I'm just going to talk to you today about the University of Sheffield. Can you all see my screen? Everything's just been a bit slow today. So like I said, I'm Victoria. I'm going to talk to you about the University of Sheffield. So choosing your university is a huge decision. It is
Victoria, I'm sorry, I have to stop you for a second. There is somebody is, the microphone is open. Please mute your microphones. Other attendees, please close turn off the microphones or mute them.
Is that better?
Yeah. Okay, let's go. Thank you.
No
Victoria.
worries. No, sorry. Let me just start again. I thought I'd done something wrong then. Sorry. So, like I said at the beginning, choosing your university is a huge decision. It's where you'll get a degree that will shape your future. You'll make lifelong friends with people from all over the globe and will learn everything you need to take your next steps in the world. So university won't just be your home, but it'll be the place that prepares you for your chosen career, and it'll help you develop your skills that you need to excel. So for this journey, you'll need to be fulfilling as it should be. The university you choose must have the right facilities for you, excellent support services, and the highest quality of education. There are hundreds to choose from, but hopefully after this presentation, you'll have a better idea of what matters to you most. So let's explore why thousands of international students have chosen to study at the University of Sheffield. So I'll give you an overview of the University of Sheffield and why we are among one of the best 100 universities in the world. I'll talk to you a little bit about our campus and the facilities that you'll have access to as one of our students. And we will explain more about our accommodation, what makes us such a welcoming university for international students, and why Sheffield is one of the most popular cities in the UK for students. Then I'll go on to a little bit more about our courses and the further support and guidance that you can have. So let's start going and talk about the University of Sheffield and our commitment to delivering world-class education. So thousands of international students choose the University of Sheffield every year, but why do they? So the university was established in 1897 from 3 separate study institutions, and they were the Sheffield School of Medicine, Birth College, and the Sheffield Technical School. The oldest part is the medical school, which dates back to 1828, so it is really, really old. But there are other areas of the community that wanted to have more learning in engineering and technology, and that's an area that Sheffield is really popular for and excels well in, and that led to the establishment of the Sheffield Technical School. Firth College was founded by Mark Firth, who believed higher education should be open to all people and not just the elite. So what happened was they embarked on a fundraising campaign that resulted in all of the colleges joining together. Oh, I think that's just stopped doing it again. There we go. I was having slight Wi-Fi problems. There we go. So the university was funded by, and it joined together by penny donations from members of the city. They all put together 1 penny of their salary, and the University of Sheffield was born. We started with 114 students, and now we're home to 29,000 students from over 150 countries. So we're a leading global university, a World Top 100 university, and a member of the prestigious Russell Group, as are other members that are joining us today. So it's nice to see other Russell Group members too. During the last assessment of our Research Excellence Framework, 99% of our research was categorised as internationally recognised or better, and our research is renowned on the global stage. It influences policy, changes lives, and helps us understand the world better. So these are all things that you'll benefit from when you are a student at Sheffield. We have a long history of welcoming students from all over the world. As I said earlier, we're home to 29,000 students from over 150 countries, but both the City of Sheffield and the university are diverse communities. The diversity is reflected in our range of student societies, for example, and our students tell us that they are thrilled to find a range of international restaurants, shops and supermarkets all within easy distance of university buildings. And many of the university's outlets also offer a range of international cuisine. The food is absolutely excellent. This is why I like going back to campus. So our reputation, we are passionate about teaching excellence. Our reputation for teaching excellence has attracted over 29,000 students, like I mentioned earlier. We are the 13th in the UK in the Times Higher Education World University Rankings for 2022. And this reputation for quality is attributed to the expertise and passion of our teaching staff. Our teaching is delivered by world-renowned scientists, writers, and thought leaders and technical innovators. We're proud of what we've achieved as an institution. Amongst our staff are some of the world's most esteemed intellectuals in academia, including Nobel Prize winners. So you might recognise a few of the faces on here, but you're all probably too young to recognise them by picture. But we have Sir Harry Kroto, who shared the Nobel Prize for the discovery of the new form of carbon. And here's some other esteemed colleagues that we have at the university. So you might recognise some more of these. So we've got Dr. Helen Sharman, who was the first British person in space, and Amy Johnson, who was the first woman to fly solo from the United Kingdom all the way to Australia. But that was in 1925, so you are definitely too young to remember that. So at the University of Sheffield, we are home to 50 departments, which spans 5 faculties. We offer a broad range of subject areas and the opportunity to develop your passion in the faculty of your choice. Some of the most popular subjects amongst international students are engineering, but we have faculties of science, engineering, medicine, dentistry and health, arts and humanities, and social sciences. So there's something for everybody at Sheffield. We offer a broad range of subjects and areas and the opportunity to develop your passion in the faculty of your choice. So these are just some of the examples that you can study. So we have law, we have business, economics, finance, dentistry and medicine. These are all popular choices. We will support you to gain the skills and experiences which employers are looking for, so that you can see our graduates are in demand, with top employers coming to us to actively seek out our students. 96% of our graduates are in work or further study within 6 months of graduating from the university. So if you come to Sheffield, you've got excellent choice in the job market and you'll be really standing out from the crowd. Our graduates are sought after by some of the most recognisable employers in the world. We're top in the north of England for graduate prospects because our courses develop the skills that leading global employers are looking for. So you really will be standing out from the crowd. You look on the screen, you'll see some of the examples of companies that you could be working for. So we do partner with people like Jaguar, Vodafone, KPMG, Boeing and Siemens. We offer students a number of career-focused opportunities that will help you stand out in the competition and will make you more employable at the end of your degree. On campus, we've got excellent career development days. We have guest lectures, CV writing and interview workshops, and we regularly invite leading employers to talk to you. We can help you organise your work placements and gain work experience. We can help you with mentoring with alumni in a field that you want to work in and help get you that valuable work experience. But we're not just about increasing your employability. We want you to enjoy your time with us from the start to finish and create lifelong memories about studying in Sheffield and come to love it just as much as we do. So we are home to over 300 clubs and societies for you to choose from, whether you want to be a cheerleader, whether you want to play basketball, or even if you want to do knitting and belly dancing. If you don't have time to go to anything regularly, you can do it on a Give It a Go scheme, where you get to do it as a sample. You can do lots of different clubs and activities and just do it on a play-by-play basis, so you don't need to commit to anything full-time. We have excellent sports facilities and we have 2 full-size synthetic turf pitches, a fully equipped gym and a fitness centre, and even a bouldering wall in case bouldering is your cup of tea. So our Students' Union is #1 Students' Union in the UK. It has been voted #1 for the last 4 years because we offer such fabulous facilities and support services, and because our students feel that the Students' Union represents them in the best possible way. It's an organisation you can benefit from and you can become part of, as its students select officers and represent them and their interests. And the building itself is a thriving hub of student life with a range of shops, cafes and bars. So if you pop into the union, you'll find whatever it is you're looking for. So these is some pictures of our campus. The Diamond is one of the most unique buildings at the University of Sheffield, and it is the home of engineering. It's a striking state-of-the-art structure, which is internationally renowned facility for innovative teaching and learning. You've probably seen a few pictures of it on our website, but you can even have a look at a 360-degree tour online, so you can really go into the Diamond. It is one of the most striking buildings that you will see on campus, and it's always a good meeting point because everybody knows where the Diamond is. So our libraries are at the heart of the campus. Inside them, you'll have all the resources that you do need. There is over 1 million books and periodicals and more than 1,000 computers. But why come to Sheffield and choose your accommodation? We make living in Sheffield really easy. We do everything we can to ensure that you find somewhere to live which meets your needs and budgets. If you choose to live in university accommodation, we can guarantee to you that you will find somewhere to live as long as you meet a few simple conditions and you apply before the deadline. But we can also help you find accommodation for any dependents if you're travelling to the UK with your family. And all of our accommodation is located within easy reach of our campus. Most of the rooms are en suite, and you can even choose which room you want to live in from the block, the corridor, and even your room number. So studying here isn't just about the university. You want to know a little bit about Sheffield as well. So why Sheffield as a city? You will spend a lot of your time exploring the city, and it has been voted one of the best student cities in the world by student.com. Sheffield is part of the region of Yorkshire. So as you can see on the map there, you can see that the closest airport is Manchester Airport, and we're just over 2 hours away on the train from London. So it's an excellent hub to direct you to other places across the UK. It is a city like no other. It is an incredible place to live and study, and that is why so many of our students fall in love with Sheffield and end up staying after their degrees as well. The cost of living is one of the lowest in the UK, and that is according to the NatWest Student Living Index in 2021. And we were named as the most affordable student city in the UK too. Our living costs are around 10% lower than other UK national average and 20% lower than London. So it is a lot cheaper than studying in London. It is vibrant and exciting hub of theatres, football clubs, music, arts, and it is the home of World Snooker. There was a Premier League football team up until last season, and they are hoping to get back there again. You've probably heard of teams like Sheffield United and Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield is located next to the Peak District. So the Peak District is a national park, a national district just outside of Sheffield, and you can jump on a bus and you will be there within 15 minutes. If you like walking or bouldering or climbing or anything like that, it's a perfect place, even if you just want to escape the city for a little bit of time. It is a thriving music centre. It's a city like no other. Sheffield is home to quite a few bands that are known around the world. There's many places to meet with your friends, and it is, like I mentioned before, home to the World Snooker Championships if snooker is your thing. Unfortunately, I am not a fan. I much prefer football. As I mentioned before, we have the tagline, "We are international." We are an international community, a very diverse community, and have over 29,000 students, all from 150 countries. So a little bit about our scholarships. So last year we offered undergraduate and postgraduate scholarships. We had 50 scholarships that were available to high achieving undergraduate international students, and they were for 50% of your tuition fee. We are just waiting for our 2022 offering to be confirmed. We're hoping that will be within the next month, and then our web pages will be updated as well. So if you want to check if you're eligible, you can have a look on the website, but also once you are have applied, you will receive emails about it as well too. To keep in touch with us, you can talk to our students online if you want to do that. You can find our social media channels on Facebook, Instagram, and we are even on TikTok now. So to apply at the University of Sheffield, like my colleagues mentioned before me, you need to do that on UCAS. Here's all the details of how to do that there. and you'll find detailed entry requirements of your course on our web pages. So we do accept the national secondary education, but if you do that, you would need a foundation degree before coming to Sheffield, but we have our very own international college available, so you are more than welcome to come to the international college and progress onto the university afterwards. Otherwise, we accept A-levels, and our range is from ABB to A-star AA. And also the International Baccalaureate, ranging from 33 to 38 overall. And like my colleague from Southampton mentioned before, you might need higher level maths and science for some courses, but if that's not available to you in your school, then we can look at alternative options with our admissions team for you. So that's everything from me, and I think that's all I've got time for, but that is my email address if you want to get in touch with me, but you can also go through Mira, and she's got my address too. So thank you for listening, and it was lovely to meet you all.
That was amazing, informative, and fast. If there are any questions for Victoria before she leaves, any questions for Victoria?
Feel free to email me if you've got any questions at any time. No problem. Thank you for having me. I'm now going off to South Africa.
Take care, Victoria.
See you
Thank you so much for your
later.
time. Take care. See you soon. Bye. Bye. And now I'm gonna move to Portsmouth. Mr. Omar.
Yes. Hello.
Hi.
Right. Let me see.
Well, I've been to Portsmouth before, and I love the campus and the shopping center.
Yes, very much so. Let me see. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, we can. Yes.
All right. University of Portsmouth. So I'm currently a student at the University of Portsmouth, and I also work for the global office. And Bobby Mehta is the director of the global office, and we're in charge of all sorts of things dealing with international students, from when you're applying to when you're actually in the process of being admitted to when you're actually over here at the university. And also, if you'd like any support after your graduation, then we do help facilitate all of that. Now, Portsmouth is 70 miles away from London. The nice thing about Portsmouth is if you take a train from London and for whatever reason you fall asleep, we're the last stop, so you can never get lost, right? We have a city center campus, which means the university owns several buildings around the city. And so different faculties have their own buildings, and sometimes you have to jump between the different buildings. And the good thing about that is you get to explore the city as you actually do your classes, and get to discover different things, meet different people, talk to different people about all sorts of things. We have got good transport links, and also we are a seafront city. Fun fact, we're an island city, the only one in the UK. And we're home of the Royal Navy. So from time to time, you get to see the big carriers, the destroyers come in, and then it's always really lovely to see. Right, so we have 5 faculties: business and law, CCR, creative cultures industries, which has got things like architecture, fashion and design, photography, all those different things, humanities and social sciences, science and healthcare, and then technology. And within those 5 faculties, we've got 430 degrees, ranging from bachelor's to PhD. We have got several intake dates. Currently, we're going for February intake, but then we also do have September and January. And we also do offer foundation and first year pre-masters through our partnership college, ICP, International College of Portsmouth. So our partnership college, ICP, there's several different reasons as to why you choose to do a foundation rather than go into first year directly. And if you're coming from a curriculum where English might not have been your primary language that it was taught in, or it's not your primary language and you're not strong in it, then would recommend you take a foundation year so that you can get introduced to things like academic writing, understand how, everything is taught, and it's a much more gradual breaking in process into higher education. And there's several intakes, September, January, May, and it gives you a pathway to over 100 different degrees in the university, all ranging from bachelor's to pre-masters. It is in the middle of campus, and so you can easily get around, and you get access to all the student facilities. And to us, you are a member of the university, and so everything that a normal university students who's full-time with the university, you'd have access to the same support and buildings and everything. So support that we at the global office offer. So we do offer airport pickups. And so when you're flying in, we'll have scheduled different buses to come pick you up, and a member of staff from the global office and an international student ambassador sometimes too will come, and then they will have a sign and they'll pick you up and will drop you to where you live. We have the international student advisors team who help you, with your visa queries. If let's say you want to go visit the EU on holiday, we do offer a letter that you can take to the embassy or high commission of whatever country applying for the visa. We do exchange and study abroad where you can choose to do 1 term or 1 year abroad and any of the other universities we partner up with. And we have the global officers that are in charge for all sorts of things and are here to help students while they're here. Now, experiences. University is not about just learning, it's about the overall broad general experience. And so we do offer courses that have a sandwich program or an integrated year of working. So that'll be between your 2nd and your 3rd year. And so overall, you'll be 4 years, and it is an optional option if you'd like. And so, like I said, we also do study or work abroad where you do either 1 term or 1 year. While you're at the university, you can learn 1 language or however many languages, depending on how your schedule works, for free. And we'll have summer school trips to China, Malaysia, and this year we just added Kenya. And so hopefully with everything and the restriction easing, we can actually put them on. Now, life outside of the studying and all that, there's societies of 150 societies. If you don't find one that you like, we're always more than happy for you to create your own, get involved. You can explore Portsmouth. One thing I used to do when I first got here is I set my home location, the postcode, and then I just go exploring, not knowing what I'm doing, where I'm going. And then when I got tired and I've had enough, I just simply put in Google Maps, my postcode, and I'll go home. And that's how I got to discover the city. You can spend time with your friends, go all over the place. We in the global office, we do put on multiple trips. In the last 2 pictures on the right, there's different locations in the previous years we've visited. And so there's different trips we run throughout the year, sometimes from 3 to 5, and you go explore these places. We take you there. And yeah, last year we went to see the Lion King in London. It was a really amazing experience, but yeah. Now, working while you're studying. On your BRP, a biometric residence permit, which is your visa to stay, you are allowed to work maximum of 20 hours a week. Now, for some people, be like 20 hours isn't a lot, but then when you start considering your university studies, all the out of classes, things you're going to be doing from group work to assignments and whatnot, all that has a heavy impact. So that 20 hours tends to feel like it's a lot. For undergraduates, that cap, the 20-hour per week cap, gets lifted off during the holidays, but then for postgraduates, so masters and PhDs, that actually applies until the end of your course. And so depending on where you're working, there's going to be different pay. And so some places will do the hourly pay minimum wage, which will be between 18 to 26.56. For 21, 22 years, it increases to 8.63. And then above 23, it's 8.91. But when you work in certain places like Gunwharf, which is the shopping center where you've got all the outlets where the big companies all have the outlet stores, they'll pay really competitively. So you could honestly be earning above 10, 12 pounds an hour. And also there's Commercial Road, which is the high street of Portsmouth. And there's also hundreds of bars, shops on Commercial Road, Guildhall Walk, and they'll all pay relatively different prices. So it's really all flexible to what it is you want to do. Now, working after you graduate, we do have an Employability Center, which is there to support you and help you with things from how to write your CVs, interview questions, how to answer them, and they start helping you get in contact with these other companies. And we do have recruitment fairs where we have got big companies, local companies all over the world come, and you get to network and exchange information. And at the same time, remember I said there was that placement sandwich here that you could do. They help you with that, finding a job. And most of the time when you do well on the placement, they have the option of retaining you after you graduate if you choose to stay. Now, when you're done with your bachelor's or master's, whatever, you do have study work permits that you can apply for. It's 2 years, sometimes 3, depending on which course you just finished, level meaning bachelor's or master's. It ranges, and you can apply and work and stay. We have a service called Going Global, and it gives you access to over 16 million jobs across the world. The good thing is when you study at Portsmouth, you have access to that for 5 years for free after you graduate. And when you graduate after those 5 years, then if you want to still have access to it, you have to pay, but then it's quite costly. And so we always recommend people who are currently studying here, or even you don't need to start applying in your last year, but then when you go into the Employability Center from the first year, you just have a chat with them and they get you ready and help you gain the experience for whatever you may choose to do after you graduate. Now, tuition fees for the 2022-23 academic year, it's right now hovering between 16,200 to 18,300, depending on the course. Now, it's more expensive when there's some sort of lab or technology element involved. And for placement here, that 1 year you're working, you're going to be paying between 1,800 to 18,300, depending again on what it is you're doing. We have, while you apply and you get your cash, you have to pay 3,500 deposit. And yep. Now, we do have several international scholarships. So there's the Chancellor's Global Academic Scholarship that is purely based on your grades. It applies to your first year and gives you £5,000 off your first year's tuition fee, and you have to apply for it. So we always recommend when you're applying, you apply early on so that you have the chance to get your application in before the deadline, because it really sucks when you could have gotten the scholarship, but then you missed the deadline. There's the Vice Chancellor's Development Scholarship, which is an automatic £1,600 off your first year, and it starts from 2022 entry. Students from Jordan are eligible. Now, there's current discussions on if it could increase because the tuition fees has increased. Once that is all finalized, it will be updated on our website and it will just apply. You don't need to worry about it. And if you have previously studied at Portsmouth, there's an alumni scholarship which gives you 20% off your tuition fees, and it is accessible or eligible for those who are studying their postgraduate and research courses, such as PhDs and whatnot. Now, accommodation. When you're an international student, you have a guarantee that you're going to get a spot in our halls of residence. Now, when you apply earlier on, you have the chances of getting whichever hall and the type of room you want. Depending on, how many people are going to have that year, you may not get your first or second choice. But then when you apply on early, most likely you're going to get the first or second choice. Now, we have a range of different halls that either the university owns or partners up with a company that has halls of residence. We are very okay with you going and staying in other private halls of residence that we do not partner up with, or optionally, if you'd like to get an apartment or house outside with a private landlord, you can do so. And the prices from the halls of residence that we own or partner with range from 103 to 180 pounds a week, and the rooms range from, just your room to ensuite to where one that everything is self-contained from, your room, your kitchen, your shower, and all the laundry things that you may need. As well as we offer support to students through our Res Life team, those people who come check up on you to make sure everything's all good, organize social so that you can meet those other people who live in your flat or in your building, so that you get to know people and you're not alone. Now, the entry requirements for Jordan. Now, if you have a general school, secondary school certificate, if you get a score of 60% or above, you most likely need to do a foundation. But if you have a score of 85% or above, then ICP would allow you to proceed onto the first year without having to do the foundation year. If you have completed a foundation year at ICP or any other college that we recognize, then you can proceed straight onto your first year. But if you do a foundation course through ICP and everything is all good, and you get the necessary grades, it's an automatic transfer and you don't need to worry about it or have to apply. Everything is done at the back end for us. For postgraduates, if you have a degree, a bachelor's degree from a university we acknowledge, then a GPA of about 2.6 or 65% and above is more than enough for you to go straight on. If not, you would have to do a pre-master's at ICP. And for PhDs, if you have a good master's in a degree or in a subject that is relevant, then when you submit that in the research proposal, then you can be considered onto a PhD course. This is our website and our social medias where you can see all of the information and further things. And if there's anything more you can, or have any questions after this, you can email my colleague harry.abbott@port.ac.uk. If you go to our website, port.ac.uk, you can search for whatever course you may be interested in, and they will give you more information on how the course will be run, what type of accreditation it has, if it's accredited at all, the breakdown of the price, what modules will cover. And you can also just follow our social media page for any upcoming events or any other information that will be popping up from time to time, such as our open days that are now virtual and in person. And yeah, thank you for listening.
Thank you so much for the informative session and presentation. We'll be in touch for sure. If anyone, if there is any question for Omar before he leaves. Okay, so we'll be in touch with you, Omar, and with Harry as well. And greetings to Harry from National Orthodox School and from me personally. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I'll be moving to University of the Creative Arts with Khaled Abbas. Hi, Khaled.
Hi, it's nice to present again this year.
Thank you.
And yes, I'm from University for the Creative Arts. We're a specialist art and design university with campuses in the southeast of England. So let me just share my screen. All right, can you see my screen?
Yes, indeed. Yes.
Yeah, just put it on full screen. All right. So let's just start off. So yeah, as I was saying, we're a specialist art and design university. So we do courses in art and design. We just specialize in those courses. So let me just talk about the business of creativity in the UK. Now, this is relevant even if you're thinking of going back to Jordan after you study, or whether you want to stay in the UK taking advantage of the post-study work visa or getting sponsored, for example. But the business of creativity in the UK is 3.2 million jobs in the creative economy in the UK, and that's 1 in 8 jobs in the creative economy. The creative industries are growing at almost 5 times the rate of the wider UK economy, and that's worth 111.7 billion pounds a year. So we're seeing that this sort of trend of creativity becoming a more recognized subject, the stigma of doing a creative subject rather than a STEM subject, science, engineering, etc., is diminishing from countries in the Middle East, and they're starting to be recognized now by parents, by students, by everyone really. So we're expecting the recognition of the creative subjects, and this is happening in the Middle East. They're becoming more recognized now, on par with the maths, the engineering, medicine, etc. So what does this mean in terms of employment? You can see the Venn diagram on the left. There's about 1 million jobs in the creative occupations within the creative industries, and just under 1 million non-creative jobs, so there's support jobs within the creative industries, and just over 1 million creative occupations outside of the creative industries. So, for example, that would be the last one would be a marketing manager, but in a company that is not a creative industry company, maybe a technology firm, for example. If we look at the regions where the creative subjects are important, they're actually all around where our campuses are. So you can see just under 50% are in the London and Southeast region. And that's exactly sort of the area where our campuses are. And I will point those out on a map in a moment. So why University for the Creative Arts? We're the #1 creative specialist university in the UK, according to the Guardian University League table. Top 5 in all modern universities in the UK, according to the Complete University Guide. We've got a business school for the creative industries, which was the first of its kind in the UK because it's a business school solely for the creative industries. For example, we have business and management, but the focus of study is towards the creative industries. Other courses include fashion, business and management, for example. And that's ranked 7th in the UK in the Guardian League table. Just under 1/5 of our student cohort is from international countries, and that's represented by 91 different nations. Now, I'm going to go into the sort of what subject areas we have, but you can see that our schools there, the different schools that we have. And we have the International Foundation course that progresses onto the undergraduate. And we've got a range of undergraduate courses as well and postgraduate. Amongst our other accolades are the first in the teaching quality across communications and media in the Times Sunday Times Good University Guide, and in the same ranking we were for teaching quality across business and management we're first, and for architecture third. And what I can say about the university is that the fact that we are a specialist art and design university means that our focus is just on art and design students. So all the revenue we generate goes back into the multi-million-pound facilities that we have on campus. And these are very, world-class industrial grade facilities, whether they are glass blowing workshops or fashion, textile, machinery, or the graphic design computers. It's all top of the range stuff. You'll be with students who are like-minded art students, and that has an effect on the student unions as well in terms of, we've got Animation and Manga Society, Illustration Society, as you would expect from a university with just art and design students. But we also have all of the societies you'd expect, the other sports societies too. Our campuses, we've got 4 different campuses. There are 2 in Surrey and 2 in Kent. Now you can see on the map there, London, you can see Heathrow Airport, and you've got Farnham and Epsom in Surrey, which border London, and Rochester and Canterbury in Kent, which also border London. Now, these are all the campuses are within an hour of London, whether it's a train or taxi. And they're all within about an hour and a half of a major London airport. Now, the great thing about the accommodation is you can see all the sort of the price ranges here. The accommodation is cheaper than London, but at the same time, you're within commuting distance, within sort of traveling distance. If you ever wanted to go in there to see any events, galleries, just meet up with your friends, you're very close to London too. And I just going on, leading on from that onto, costs. We have a scholarship that is automatic for students from Jordan. So what that means is if you make an application to UCA, you can just get in touch with me. I will send you a short online form. You fill it out. And the fact that you are based in Jordan means you'll get £3,000 off your tuition fee for the first year. So for undergraduate degrees, we're looking at around £17,000, and that will be reduced to around £14,000. It's automatic. You don't need to compete for it. You don't need to jump through any hurdles or, be reviewed by academics. You basically get that automatically just for being from Jordan. And that would be any nationality in Jordan. It goes by where you're based, which obviously you're going to this school, so you'll be based in Jordan. So whether you're Palestinian national or Egyptian, you'll still be considered for that. You'll be considered for that scholarship. Now, just a little bit about our campuses. So Farnham, it's a beautiful Georgian town. It has a vibrant student community. It's just under an hour from London. It's actually where my office is based. So I know quite a bit about Farnham. It's a very green, leafy area. It depends if you like to live outside of the city. It's definitely perfect for that. Nice, clean air, safe. And it's got World Craft status as well. So it's been a craft city for, hundreds of years. And you can see that when going around the town, you can see sort of quirky things like on roundabouts, you see sculptures, and you can just get the feel that it definitely has lots of industries in the town are, arts-based, like Farnham Maltings, which do sort of performances, for example. So we've got among the courses here, this is where our International Foundation course is. And among the other subjects, quite a large range of subjects in Farnham: animation, computing and games, interior architecture and design, craft and jewelry, textile design, film and television. So we've got a film production course, fine art, graphic design and illustration, media and journalism, music, performing arts, photography, and the International Foundation. Now, Epsom is where our business school for the creative industries is. It's on the doorstep of London, so it's actually the closest one to London, just on the outskirts, but still inside of Surrey. And here we've got the business school for the creative industries. We've got fashion journalism, fashion promotion and imaging, and graphic design as well. Rochester is a new hub for the creative industries, and it's a historic cathedral town. It has the high-speed rail link to London St Pancras in 35 minutes. So actually, even though it's in terms of distance, it's fairly not too far, but because of the high-speed rail link, you'll feel like you're a lot closer to London than you actually are. And here we've got the computer animation arts, games design, theatre design, fashion and textiles, fashion media and promotion, acting, fashion, photography, and makeup and hair design. And Canterbury is an incredible student city with ancient charm and contemporary culture. It has really good architecture in the city itself, which is great inspiration if you're wanting to do architecture course, because that is on our Canterbury campus. The architecture course is Architects Registration Board and Royal Institute of British Architects accredited, which means if you wanted to be a licensed architect in the UK, this course would enable you to do that in 3 parts. So bachelor's, and then you'd have to do a master's and then a postmaster's. So in 3 parts, but you could just commit to the bachelor's degree and then see where that takes you. You don't need to commit to the others if you wanted to do a bachelor's in architecture. Creative computing, fine art, graphic design, illustration, and animation are the other subjects we have in Canterbury too. And we have two centres for, two centres when they're not campuses. They offer one course each, but they're actually quite interesting. Maidstone Television Studios. So this is where we have our television production course. It's the UK's largest independent TV studio facilities. And you basically work in a professional environment. It actually is a TV studio and it produces television programs for primetime UK television. The other one is the Royal School of Needlework, and the building that you can see there on the right is actually Hampton Court Palace, which is in London on the River Thames. It was the residence of the infamous Henry VIII, who was a British monarch around 400 or 500 years ago. He had 6 wives, not all at the same time, but it goes that he divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded, survived. So those were the fate of his 6 wives, one after the other. On this, in Hampton Court, we've got the Royal School of Needlework, and it's the only hand embroidery degree course in Europe. And it's got a fully equipped creative studio spaces, IT facilities, and a specialist library with over 4,000 antique textiles in their collection. Now, an interesting fact about the Royal School of Needlework is that for the Duchess of Cambridge, Kate Middleton's wedding 10 years ago, they produced the veil, the lace, and the shoes for her. They didn't know who it was for until they saw it on television, so it was kept top secret even from those students. Now, the subject areas, we have many courses and they all fall within these subject areas. So if you're thinking of doing a course in one of these areas, definitely good idea to consider us. The course areas are animation, computing and games, architecture and interior design. The business school, we have the business school for the creative industries, of course, crafts, jewelry and 3D design, creative education, fashion and textiles, film and television, fine art, graphic design, advertising and illustration, and the marketing, promotion and management is within our business school as well. Media and journalism, we've got music, performing arts, including acting, photography, and the International Foundation as well. And these are the business school for the creative industries courses. I won't dwell on it too much, but you can see them there on the left are the undergraduate courses that we have. Now, if you're doing the توزيعية, if you get 65% and above, you are eligible to do our International Foundation. We have it across 2 pathways. We have it for the International Foundation that goes towards our business school, and there's the one that goes towards all of our other subjects. So for the IELTS, we're looking for a total of 5 with no less than 4.5 in each section. The course is £15,540, but of course with your scholarship, it will be £12,540. That's minus the 3,000. You don't need a portfolio for the International Foundation or for any of our business school for the creative industries undergraduate courses either. But you will need a portfolio for the art and design courses in the bachelor level. And that's a 1-year course that will then allow you to progress onto the undergraduate courses at UCA. So as I was saying, it's 65% or above for the توزيعية to go into the International Foundation. If you're doing the A-levels or International Baccalaureate, you would need to get a score of BBC at A-level to go on to any of our subjects. The exception there is if you want to go into architecture, you need a score of ABB. For the International Baccalaureate, we are asking for 27 points for any of our subjects, undergraduate courses. And this would be 29 points for architecture. So architecture is the only exception. The portfolio requirements can be seen on our website. and some advice there too. If you are, as I was saying, if you're applying for the International Foundation or any of our business school courses at bachelor level, you do not need to submit a portfolio, although you can if you want. If you're applying for any other undergraduate course, you will also need a portfolio to be submitted with that. Our graduates have gone on to amazing places, and you can see them here. Among them are the BBC, Boeing, British Film Institute, Calvin Klein, Nike, Gucci, Game of Thrones, Topshop, Versace, Vogue, just to name a few. And among our leading alumni are the creator of Where's Wally, Martin Hanford, or you may know him as Where's Waldo, if you are following the American version. Gareth Edwards is the director of Star Wars Rogue One. He went to UCA. Will McGregor, he graduated from Farnham in 2010 from a digital film and screen arts bachelor degree. And he's there on the right, directing Poldark and Misfits. Dame Zandra Rhodes, a globally renowned fashion designer, went to UCA. And Scott Dawkins did a BA Honours Computer Animation Arts at Rochester, graduated in 2008, and he's now a visual effects compositor working on a range of big budget films, including the Star Wars franchise. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with this meerkat, but it's sort of a mascot for the advertising of a price comparison website in the UK, very famous in the UK. It's a Russian meerkat, not sure why it's Russian, but somehow it works. And the creator is Darren Walsh, and you've got UCA to thank for that as well. You can connect with me. You can see my email there, my phone and my WhatsApp. Please do get in touch if you are thinking of applying to UCA.
Thank you, Khaled. That was amazing. I just remind you of the scholarship, guys. If you have questions for Khaled now, if not, you may come to my office, ask about it, and we'll be very delighted to link you with Khaled and to get more information about it. Thank you so much, Khaled, for your time and for your patience. Thank you so much. And I'm moving now to Sarah Ashman from Bristol University. Hi, Sarah.
Hello, Mira. Thank you very much. Have I managed to share my screen there?
Yes, you did.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. So my name is Sarah Ashman, and I am the International Market Manager for the Middle East at the University of Bristol. So I'm going to give you a really quick introduction to the University of Bristol and the city that we are based in. So the city of Bristol, then, for those of you that haven't visited us before or maybe have never heard of the city of Bristol, we are based in the southwest of England, and we're marked with the purple dot on the map there. And we are about an hour and a half outside of London. We are the 8th biggest city in the UK, but by international standards, that's incredibly small. The city itself is about an 1/8 of the size of a man, so it's going to feel more like a town to those of you from Jordan. So definitely a city you can really get to know while you're a student here. And Bristol very much has the energy of a bustling urban metropolis. So it has that feel of London in terms of it's busy, there's lots going on, but it has a really friendly and relaxed atmosphere that students find really helps them feel at home. And what we're particularly lucky with at the University of Bristol is that our campus is at the centre of the city of Bristol. So students are very much at the heart of the city and get to really easily enjoy everything that it has to offer. Bristol is also known for being a creative city. We are a city packed full of arts and culture. And what we're particularly well known for is our love of street art and for allegedly being home to the highly secretive street artist Banksy. And most of our students actually walk past the Banksy piece on their way into campus each morning. So that's something that's really exciting for them. We're also often referred to as the festival city because we are home to so many events, particularly over the summer months. The one you can see on the screen now is our annual International Balloon Fiesta, where 100 hot air balloons from all over the world come to Bristol and launch at one time, which make for, as you can see, some really spectacular views across the city. Another really exciting event that we look forward to every year is Upfest, and that is the largest street art and graffiti festival in Europe. And it's particularly exciting because it transforms the entire city really into an art gallery with lots of new pieces of art for us to enjoy. And usually we'll take walking tours around the city to see all of the new bits of art that have popped up overnight, really. But while I've said that Bristol is a small city, it is compact, but it's also very green. We do have 400 parks within the city boundaries. And Bristol is also a city that's very committed to protecting the environment. We are a former European green capital. We were the first UK cycling city, and we do have the ambition to be carbon neutral by 2030. So a very environmentally conscious city. We even had Greta Thunberg come and visit us just before the pandemic to join the climate strikes. Now, I'm obviously a little bit biased when it comes to telling you how great of a city is, so I have included some other sources that do agree with me. As you can see, Bristol has been voted the best place to live outside of London, the coolest city, as well as the greenest city there as well. And I think all of this combined is really what makes Bristol a great city for students and for student life. There are 2 large universities in the city, and because we're a small city, that means students are quite dominant in the city, and everything really revolves around making student life really great in Bristol. But moving on to the University of Bristol itself, we of course think it's a really great choice for you and your future studies, but to give you an idea of why we think it's such a good choice, I'll run through just some of our rankings and accolades that we are particularly proud of at the University of Bristol. So we're very proud to be ranked in the top 10 universities in the UK by QS, as well as 62nd in the world, which does place us alongside other world-leading universities such as Ivy League universities in the US, just as an example. Like many of the universities that have also presented ahead of me today, we are a member of the prestigious Russell Group of universities, which does confirm that our research is cutting edge and world leading. But what that means for our students is that the content that you will be studying will very much be at the cutting edge of your field, because we have academics currently undergoing world-class research, which they put directly back into their teaching. So the curriculum that you will be studying is informed by world-class research. Our academic strength is also demonstrated by 13 of our graduates going on to become Nobel Prize winners, as well as our research ranking in at 5th in the UK. And then finally, but very importantly as well, our graduates are highly employable. We do have really strong reputations with employers in the UK, Europe and beyond. And that is all supported by our dedicated careers service, which are available to students from day one. And we do encourage you to engage with the careers service as soon as you possibly can, because there are an infinite number of ways they can support you throughout and after your studies with us. Our course offering at the University of Bristol is incredibly broad and does cover a whole range of different disciplines across our 6 faculties, which are arts, engineering, health and life science, science, and then social science and law. I won't go into a huge amount of detail about all of them today because there are many, many courses available, over 600 actually. But it's almost easier to talk about the courses that we do not offer at the University of Bristol. So we do not offer any courses in architecture, and we don't offer any courses in creative art. So anything outside of that, we likely have a course that will match your interest in some way. But what I thought would be useful is to highlight some of the courses that have traditionally been popular with students joining us from Jordan. And I'm sure it comes as no surprise to you that by far the most popular course is law, followed by any of our courses really that relate to business in any way, particularly international business, accounting and finance, marketing, and accounting and management tends to be a popular option as well. And that's followed then by our engineering courses, which we offer in civil, mechanical, electrical and electronic, and aerospace engineering. For any of you that are interested in engineering but not quite sure exactly where you want to go with it, we do have 2 courses that are considered, I guess, generalist engineering courses, and that is engineering design as well as engineering mathematics, which are really strong options. And then we do have a number of courses that relate to medicine. We, of course, have the clinical program, but also a range of courses that relate to medicine. So biomedical science, physiology, cellular medicine, anatomy, just to name a few. So those tend to be the most popular courses for students applying from Jordan. But of course, we do have many, many more courses. That's really just a taste of what traditionally has been popular. So I would suggest that if you're interested in the University of Bristol, pop onto our website to explore the full range, or of course, you're more than welcome to contact me directly to find out if we have a course that's interesting to you. In terms of our entry requirements, I've listed the grades that we are typically looking for here. But again, I'd encourage you to take a look at our website because we do have specific subject requirements for each of our courses. So do take a look at our website or ask me if you're not sure. If you're not looking to get these grades or you'll fall slightly short of these, we do also have an international foundation program that is based at the University of Bristol itself. And that is a 1-year course that then allows you to enter onto the bachelor's program. We do also have quite a generous scholarship scheme at the University of Bristol, and it is called Think Big, and it is open to all international applicants. This year, we're really pleased to have increased our investment in scholarships, and that will be an investment of £2 million into the scholarship scheme. Like I mentioned, the awards are quite generous for bachelor students. They are typically between £5,000 and £10,000, and they are awarded as tuition fee deductions. And for some of our courses, that would be a 50% tuition fee discount if you were successful in gaining the higher award. It's worth noting that while I said this is open to all international applicants, there are a few exclusions to that. So our clinical courses, so medicine, dentistry, and veterinary science are unfortunately excluded from the scholarship scheme. But what's interesting about our scholarship is that it is not merit-based in the sense that we do not look at your academic grades at all when we are assessing for the scholarship. Instead, we're interested to hear basically about everything you do outside of your studies. So the application form itself is separate to your UCAS application, so you do need to apply for the scholarship. But the application is made up of 3 short essay questions. The first one asks about your achievements so far. So what is it that you're most proud of? The second one asks about your contributions to community and how you can be a good ambassador for the University of Bristol and how you've already been a good ambassador for your community. And then the final one is about your ambitions. So what do you want to do in the future? What are your career ambitions? And how does studying at the University of Bristol fit into that plan? So the best answers to those questions receive the scholarship. So do apply if you're looking for scholarship because it is a generous scheme and we do see students from Jordan being awarded the scholarship every year. So I certainly would encourage you to apply. That's all the information I did want to cover today. I know that's been pretty fast, but I know you've had to take in a lot of information today. I do hope you found it useful and it's helped you to start making your decisions about studying at the University of Bristol. So if you've got any questions now, please do go ahead. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to contact me on the email address that's on the screen right now.
Thank you, Sarah. Any questions for Sarah? All right, so thank you so much, Sarah, for your time. That was very nice and easy. And we hope to see you someday on our campus and maybe we visit. Thank you so much, and have a good day ahead. Now I'm moving to Miss Diana Watson. Miss Diana from Kent. Hi. Unmute yourself.
Hi.
How are
Hi.
you? Good to have you
I'm
again.
good, thank you. Right, so let me see if I can share this. There we go. Okay, is that okay? Can you see that?
Yes, it is.
Good.
Yes, it is.
Excellent. Thank you. So thank you very much for sticking around. I will be very brief. My name is Diane Weston from the University of Kent, and I'll give a very brief overview of the university. So where are we? We're in the UK, obviously, in the southeast corner of the UK. We've got two main campuses in the UK, one in Medway and one in the city of Canterbury. We've also got some specialist postgraduate centres in Paris and Brussels. So, as I said, we've got two campuses in the UK. Our main one is Canterbury, which I'll be focusing on a little bit, but we also have the second in Medway. So, Canterbury itself is a beautiful city. It's not a huge, great big city. It's not London or Manchester or Liverpool, so it's not a big city. It's a smaller city. It's easy to get around. It's safe, and it's kind of quite relaxed. But it's got all the facilities that you would need. It's quite a student city. So many students, a colleague from the University of the Creative Arts, they have got a campus there, and there's also Canterbury Christchurch University in Canterbury. It's very famous for its cathedral here, which is very historic and beautiful, and that's where your graduation ceremony would be from. You can see here there's a queue of people. This is actually on a graduation day. So it's very historic, as I say, but got all the facilities you would need. Here is Primark, which I'm sure you've heard of, a famous shop where at the weekend you will find that full of university students getting their warm clothes for the winter. So this is the campus. We are a campus university in
Diane,
Canterbury.
The presentation is not moving.
Oh.
We're still on, yeah.
It's not moving at all.
No.
It is on mine. Oh dear. Okay, let's see if I can.
Oh, yeah, it's worked now. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it moving?
Yes. Try now. No.
Can you see pictures of Canterbury?
Yes,
No?
I do. Yes, I do.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know what happened there.
It's okay.
So, yeah, as I say, this is there's a photo there of Canterbury Cathedral. So, can you see the campus?
No, you need to move it. I think you should put it on slideshow.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, now we can see the campus.
Okay. Right. So, yeah, I don't quite understand what's going on there, but anyway. So, yeah, this is the campus. Everything is there in one place, all surrounded in lots of beautiful parkland. So here in one place, obviously, you've got the library in the middle. You've got all the tuition will happen here, accommodation, sports facilities, and socializing. So all taking place in one space. So the campus has got all the facilities you'd expect from a modern, 21st century university, modern buildings. Here we've got the mooting chamber, which is part of Kent Law Clinic, where we have members of the public coming in, and students on our law degree will be working on their cases. Our second campus is in Medway, which is on a historic naval base. We share this with two other universities, University of Greenwich and Canterbury Christchurch, and there is residence accommodation available nearby as well. So studying at Kent, what can you study? We've got a wide variety of courses within business, computing, engineering and maths, the natural sciences, including KMMS, which is the Kent and Medway Medical School, law, society and social justice, where we have our law school, which is very popular with students in Jordan, and human and social sciences, where we do things like psychology, international relations, and then within arts and humanities, architecture, music and audio technology, to name a few. Our entry requirements are here on each page, each country page. You'll have the entry requirements, but generally we're looking for maybe 3 Bs, something like that, at A level, something like 14 to 16 in the higher level subjects in the IB, but we accept students who are studying different curricula from all over the world. Most of our courses you will need IELTS 6.5, but we will accept other English language qualifications as well. And some courses will have subject or some portfolio requirements. We have an international foundation programme. We're one of the few universities that offer our own international foundation programme. So that is designed and delivered by University of Kent staff, and will progress onto a huge variety. It's something like 90%, 99% or something of our programmes will have a foundation route onto it. So if you are doing the Tawjihi, then we will need 80% and IELTS 5. So here are our fees. Most of them are about £17,000. We do have scholarships. If you're doing the foundation, we've got progression scholarships. If you're doing A levels or IB, we have automatic scholarships. And then there are scholarships worth £3,000 and you need to apply for them. We have 3 rounds throughout the year where you can apply for one of these scholarships. There's plenty of student support. We've got award-winning student support, so there's help in all sorts of things should you need it, and you will have an academic advisor throughout the course, throughout your stay with Kent. You'll have the same academic advisor who will be guiding you throughout your stay with us. Like most universities, we have plenty of on-campus accommodation. They're all in single rooms, so you don't have to share a room with anyone. You have your own study room. Many of them have got ensuite facilities. So there's a wide range of choice of on-campus accommodation, but of course there's plenty of accommodation in Canterbury. So you can choose to be on campus or have off-campus accommodation. It's entirely your choice. Like most of my colleagues have said, you know, it's very important what goes on outside the classroom as well. And we've got lots and lots of different clubs and societies to keep you entertained. We give you free membership of free sport membership for your first year, which gives you access to many sporting facilities. And there's loads of things for you to do. We've got the Gulbenkian Arts Centre, where we have a theatre and cinema on campus. You can join in different music groups, drama groups, and loads of places around the campus for you to socialise in. So plenty of things to keep you occupied when you're not studying. That's a very brief whistle-stop tour of Kent. So here are my contact details. So please do feel free to contact me anytime, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we might be able to meet face-to-face sometime next year. I'm desperate to get on a plane, and my first place to come to will be Jordan, because I miss it a lot.
Well, for us too. Thank you so much, Diane. You've been so cooperative since last year, and now thank you so much. This is the end of the session of the UK and Ireland. If there is anything else that we would like to know more about or ask about, this is the last chance for now. Otherwise, you can come to my office and we'll talk about your case, and we can link you to one of the amazing representatives of the universities in the UK and Ireland. Thank you so much, my dear guests and colleagues, and hope to see you very soon. Thank you so much. Bye, Khaled. Bye, Diane. Bye, Omar.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Take care.